All right, guys, I have a brand new Gerda here from my favorite Bulgarian lock dealer. Just sent this in. I'll put the link to him in eBay. He's got a lot of really cool stuff, and he just had a batch of these new Gerda door locks. So let's see if we can go ahead and pick this guy. Don't need that stinking thing. Don't need that stinking key. What we need is a stinking lock. All right, beautiful. Oops, there we go. Right side up. European style with the pins down. It is a Yale style keyway. So I really like how paracentric these are. Different links. Again, it depends on the door. So it's thicker on one side and the other. Depends where the actuator is. I'm looking on to see how difficult this will be to take apart. I am seeing some gaps in the brass ring, so maybe later I can take it apart the correct way, or maybe I can make two locks out of it. The easy way is to saw it and then make two locks out of it and give them away to new pickers. Anyway, let's see if we can get it picked. Maybe I'll give it to an advanced picker. All right, because of its paracentric, I'll just pick this one in my hand, I guess. I am going to pick it like this. And I'll put that tensioner right in the bottom. This is the fat one. The thickest windshield wiper. And I think I can hold it like that without interfering too much with that actuator. It'll be pulling the other way, so it's fine. And I'm going to try this guy. This is a 0.4 millimeter from the new multi-pick thin or slimline set. This is the Victor V24. It is a 4-humper, and it's in 15 thousandths, or 0.4 millimeters. So really cool pick, especially when you're faced with these paracentric keyways like this. So what I'm going to try to do, it is obviously a 5-pinner. I think you guys saw that. I'm going to try to rake up a fault set, and then we'll reach in there with one of the other picks and finish this bad boy off. All right, hold them like that, hold light tension, and then just kind of try to rake them. I felt a little, oh my God. I was going to say I felt a little give there, but that's like all the give it's got. Let's try that again. Light tension. Dang it. All right, let's try the other side. Maybe it's just the stars are aligned on that side. That's my guess. All right. It's pretty clear to me. I don't read. I think that's in Polish. I don't read this. I mean, I understand, see, uwaga, that means, hey, what, read this, or something along those lines. I don't know if that says security pins or not, but clearly, probably not. Probably not. So what I'm going to do, let's salvage this, shall we? I am going to cut this in half, and I'm going to pull the guts out of this thing, and I'm going to pin it up as challenge locks. So I usually pick people randomly to send challenge locks to. So what I'm going to do is show you, I'm going to take this apart, then I'm going to show you how I'm going to pin this. And I'll pin both sides exactly the same. So no matter which side you get, you'll know kind of what you're facing. It is not going to be easy, I can promise you that. So I'll be right back. All right, guys, nothing special at all. And for the price I paid for that, I was hoping for something a little more advanced. But anyway, let's go ahead and, I'm going to keep all the key pins. Let's go ahead and replace all the drivers to see if we can make this a little more fun for the next guy. All right, guys, while Bill is messing around trying to figure out the best way to pin that challenge lock, I thought it'd be a good time to try to attract some new pickers like we always do by having a Saturday giveaway. This is what we're looking at today. Pretty good giveaway. This was donated by LearnLockPicking.com. I've already opened it up. Save a little bit of time. You guys have seen these before. If you're a new picker, this is what you want. This is the 6-pin version. It comes with all kinds of different pins in here in the package. Of course, you get a key if you want to pin it up. The pins for this particular key are in this bag, but for ongoing learning, this is the bag you're looking for. Hundreds of security pins inside of there. Tension wrenches, replacement springs, all that stuff. This is a progressive training lock. You pin up a couple of them, you learn how to pick 2 pins, then slowly increase the complexity and the number of pins until you become an expert. So you get that. That was donated by LearnLockPicking.com, as was this kit. This is the 11-piece kit. Pretty nice little beginner kit. double-ended, so it's actually more than 11 picks. So pretty cool little pick kit to learn with, pretty durable, and it's the right thickness for beginner pickers. Inside of here are no top of the keyway tensioners. So these were donated by Sparrows. This is the flat 5. So this is all 5, all different thicknesses and styles of top of the keyway. And then these are the heavy bars, the 40 and the 50,000 thickness. So you got everything for top of the keyway. And that's top of the keyway on this lock. It's going to come in handy. That's the perfect keyway for top of the keyway. And then lastly, donated by UK Bump Keys. This is their new Polaris kit. All the rakes in the world, everything known to mankind just about. So you got a bunch of hooks in here and a couple of rakes, and then you got the rest of the rakes right here. Pretty cool giveaway. Hopefully we can attract some new pickers to LockSport. That'll benefit us all. Anyway, guys, let's get back to Bill, see what he's come up with. All right, guys, I'm sure you've all heard the saying, better is the enemy of good enough, and I think we're there. I could make this more secure by threading some of these chambers in the core, but I just decided not to. I want to keep the time to a minimum, and I want this thing to still be pickable when I send it out to someone. All right, let's take a look at what I finally decided on. The first one here is a really old Ruco pin. We used to call these Christmas tree pins. This is a 1 level. They come with as many as 3 different cuts. It look literally like Christmas trees. This next one is a really neat pin. I've got a few of these. I call this a jingle pin. If you look closely, those 2 rings move up and down. These are pretty rare. Abus made these in some of their earlier locks. It was kind of a special thing. They didn't go on for very long. I can only imagine how labor intensive it is to make these things. Some of the LockSport guys with mini lathes have been pumping these out, but this is an original Abus. This guy here is an ASA pin. It's an all steel pin, and these are very sharp on both ends. It's got like a mini spool there. It gives you just a little bit of feedback before that sharp edge bites in. This guy here is also an ASA pin. There's a lot of makers of this design, though. A couple of cuts on each end just to give you a click to make you believe that you've reached a shear line when in fact you've just reached one of those grooves. And the last one of my favorites, is a barrel pin. It's actually a spool, but with a wide waist. So when you pick it, it'll click and you'll fall into a deep fault set, leading you to believe you're in a spool. And then you start to doubt yourself as you push that pin up and it gets wider and wider. You think, well, maybe that's really not a spool. Maybe it's something else. So you start to have second doubts. Anyway, guys, that's kind of what I decided to go with. I'm going to pin this one and the other one up identically and send them out. Anyway, guys, I appreciate your time, appreciate your patience. Stay safe, stay legal. As always, I appreciate your subscription. Click on that thumbs up button to improve LockLab's metrics. I really appreciate that. And if you'd like to become a supporter of LockLab, right there is all you got to do. Thanks, guys. I've produced over 200 videos a year for the last several years and would really appreciate your support. All I'm asking is you subscribe, click on the like button for each video, and share them on social media. That's it. Thanks, guys.